If someone asks you to describe who you are without mentioning your job title, the company you work for, or your role in your family, what would you say? For many high-achieving women, that question is absolutely terrifying. We have spent decades building our career, climbing the ladder, and proving our worth. We have become so incredibly good at being the boss, the fixer, and the provider that we have completely forgotten who we are underneath it all. And that loss of identity is the exact reason you are feeling so burnt out today. Hello everyone, Isabel here. Welcome back to the Love Lead Succeed podcast. And today we are tackling one of the most profound challenges that senior women face. So it's really the crisis of identity. We are going to discuss why wrapping your self-worth in your professional output it's really a recipe for disaster, and how you can rebuild an unshakable leadership identity. Let us rise a little higher today. I would like to start with talking a little bit about the trap of performance. So from a very early age, many of us learned that love and validations are tied to our achievements. So get good grades at school, get the promotion, hit the targets, and people will applaud you. So we built our entire lives around performance. We became chronic overachievers, and that's not good. In the corporate world, this trait is, highly rewarded because companies love leaders who will sacrifice their evenings and their weekend and get the job done. But over time, a dangerous shift happens. You stop working hard because you are passionate, and you start working hard because you are terrified that if you stop, you will lose your value. Your worth becomes entirely dependent on your exhaustion. And if you are not busy, you feel useless. Isn't this sad? I lived this reality for over 2 decades. I was the head of marketing, managing 42 brands. I had a team of 20 reporting to me. I was a person everyone relied on. I wore my exhaustion as a badge of honor because it proved how important I was, because I was doing all this work. But when the pressure finally broke me, when I was diagnosed with a situational stress disorder, or call it burnout, and could barely function, I was forced to face a devastating truth. The corporate identity I had built was a shield. It was a way of protecting myself from feeling inadequate. I had to lose who I thought I was to find who I was meant to be. I had to realize that I was valuable simply because I existed, not because of what I produced. So let's talk a little bit about how we can establish loving boundaries. When you do know who you are outside of work, you have no boundaries. You say yes to every request because saying no feels like a threat to your identity. You take on the emotional weight of your team because you think that it's what makes you a good leader. But true supernatural leaderships really requires you to establish loving boundaries. And I use the word loving very intentionally. A boundary is not a wall to keep people out. It is a clear line that protects your energy so you can actually show up for the people who matter. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Choosing yourself, protecting your evenings, saying no to tasks that drain you is not selfish. It is the most responsible thing you can do as a leader. So, rebuilding your identity is not about creating a new persona. It's about stripping away the expectations, the pressure, and the corporate conditioning. It is about remembering who you were before the world told you who you were supposed to be. This is very powerful, and I want you to take a moment today and ask yourself, what brings you joy? That has absolutely nothing to do with your career, please. And what makes you feel alive? When you begin to nurture the parts of yourself that have nothing to do with your job titles, you become a more powerful leader. You lead from a place of wholeness rather than a place of lack. You command respect simply by being anchored in your authentic self. And authenticity is the key to supernatural leadership. You do not have to choose between a successful career and a peaceful life. You can have both. But it requires you to step out of survival mode and reclaim your true identity. If you're ready to do this deep transformation work, I invite you to reach out. Send me a direct message with the word RISE on Instagram or LinkedIn. And let us discuss how the Executive Renewal Program can help you rebuild your self-trust, establish loving boundaries, and lead with conviction. Please subscribe to my channel, as I really appreciate you spending this time on the podcast with me today. Subscribing will ensure that you never miss an episode in the future, and I love continuing this journey with you. So thank you for spending this time with me today. And remember, your soul is not confused. It is time to listen to it. I will see you in the next episode. Keep shining, growing, and living with Love Lead Succeed.